2024 Mercedes Benz GLB 250. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the little entry-level Mercedes we're driving today, worth around 50k, brand spanking new. And yes, this one is mild hybrid with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and an 8-speed automated manual. And yes, the paddle shifters feel hella nice. This one is pushing around 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, and look at the design of this one. From the little Mercedes stars all around here, this thing is beautiful for an entry-level car. They have really outdone themselves. Like, sitting in here, I don't feel like I'm in a tiny subcompact SUV. I feel like I'm in a proper luxury car. And if you've never driven a Mercedes, this is a very good way to start. Our keys look like this, but let's go for a quick little walk around. This is what she looks like. Forgive me, it's a little bit windy and I'm close to a junkyard, as you can see, but this is the little bad boy we're driving around today. All-wheel drive and very affordable, with astonishing range of almost 700 kilometers of range, which is wild. Look at how high this trunk goes. Like, I have so many good things to say about this car, but also I gotta critique it a little bit, right? I can't give it too much credit. And yes, mild hybrid, because that's where your battery is. Close that off. It doesn't feel like a tiny little car. Put your keys here. You got some storage down here. Heated. If you want to find your heated seats, where would I find them? Let's go. Well, it doesn't have that classic Mercedes-Benz dial where you have to use your actual hand for touchscreen, which, I mean, to be fair, I kind of get. They had to cut some costs somewhere, but it is what it is. But going into drive, 221 horsepower in a car like this for an entry level, not bad at all. And it's no slouch, really isn't. The 8-speed makes it shift quick, lightning fast. The size makes it nimble, but the thing is, you don't feel like you're in a small car when you're driving it. And look at our completely digital gauge cluster. Absolutely fantastic. And if you really wanted to, yes, you can go off-road. Would I recommend you going off-road in a luxury car, an entry-level luxury car? Really, no. The only Mercedes I can fully trust going off-road are going to be the G-Wagons, and the ones that bounce like this. You guys know the ones I'm talking about, because those cars are actually pretty decent when you have to go off-roading. And since we're on our off-road pages right now, if you need to, you could turn off your traction control, make manual shifting, like a whole bunch of other stuff, which the average person would not need. But as I was telling you, our range is currently 707 kilometers, which is wild. Most eco-friendly cars don't even get half that. They usually get 400 to 500. This one with 700, the mild hybrid system clearly works. Smooth to drive, accessible to pretty much everybody, and it sounds good. But let's say, even though this car is not meant for sport mode, this car is not meant to go off-road, it's more of an eco-friendly entry-level car to dip your toes wet when you finally get your first Mercedes. It's not an AMG, by no means at all. The power is enough to get you from point A to point B and still have a little bit of fun in between. But let's say you want to live fast a little bit. Quick. Very quick. And it's precise too. Where you make your nose face is where the car will go. And of course, half the time you never really need to go sideways. You're never gonna go sideways with an all-wheel drive car like this. You're never gonna need, like, the way this car has been built, it takes away your urge to be speeding everywhere. Unless you give it to your kid who just decided to do well in school and they're doing well in school, they're gonna be speeding everywhere and they have the power to do that. But as a functioning civil adult, you won't feel the need to be going crazy. You won't even feel the need to be doing too much. You would just drive it from point A to point B, do what you need to do. Very practical, very simple, and of course it has that Mercedes Benz quality. I do have a friend, however, who despises this car, and he doesn't even call it a proper Mercedes. The only reason he says that is because allegedly, as he says, he shares an engine with a Renault, that little French brand with tiny little cars. And for that, don't know where he got that information. He could be just spreading misinformation, who knows. But he despises the fact that it shares an engine with the French as a German car. And no, he is not French or German himself. I'm not gonna out him, so. But that is his biggest gripe with this car. He also doesn't seem to like the quality, or that Mercedes-Benz is making cheaper, lower entry-level cars. He says Mercedes-Benz is something that people should strive to attain. You can't just walk in, spend 50K for a Mercedes and get something like this. If you're gonna spend 50K on a car, it should be something close to top of the, not top of the line, but something very, very nice. Because after taxes, you could be looking at 60K if you don't want to put money down. That's the thing, right? But that's just him and his 2 cents. I mean, he complains about every car he gets. He'll complain, if you give him a Bugatti, he's gonna complain that it's owned by Volkswagen. So that's his 2 cents in the picture. But as you can see, as we slow down and come to a stop, we are charging our battery as well, making our car even better when it comes to being mild hybrid. And another thing I tend to love about German cars, if you can see the reflection in there. Well, I can't do it right now since we're driving, but they make an option where you can turn on one headlight or the other in these 2 buttons down here, which is very, very interesting. It's like maybe just to maybe as signals or something. I really don't know what the German cars were thinking when they did that, but I love it. Something that the American cars should adopt, but it is what it is. And we're gonna quickly try out our cruise control. Turn that on, put it set, and that's how I like it when cars make cruise control simple to use. This car is actually not complicated at all. It's very simple, very efficient, and you don't need to rack your brain to understand this car at all. Gets you from point A to point B, saves you a ton on gas. It also, I'm not gonna say reliable because we haven't tested out the reliability. This car has less than 60,000 kilometers. We're not gonna be talking about reliability right now. But is it fun? Does it look good? And the ambient lighting in the dark goes crazy. So yes, I have a lot of good things to say, but also remember, you are buying a Merc at the end of the day. So be ready to spend money on maintenance, because these cars are German cars engineered for precision. They're not domestic or anything like that. So do be ready to spend good money in fixing up your car if something does go wrong. But again, they're machines. They're prone to break down every once in a while. But anyway guys, this has been Morty in the 2024 Mercedes Benz GLB 250. Take care guys. Maybe next time we'll get ourselves a Beamer to compare, like an X1 to compare to this one, because I'm pretty sure the X1 is at least a competitor of this little one that we have in Canada, because I don't know what Audi offers, and I don't think we have it in Canada either. But take care guys, and peace.